make sure my mic was on. How's it going, guys? So, before we start, I will be finishing up the last of the Doom videos, which will be coming out for today. I just dropped that one, and then the final one will be tomorrow. And then on Thursday, I will be dropping, after I get home from Thanksgiving and stuff like that, I'll be dropping the game trailer for the next walkthrough that we'll be doing. And on Friday, we'll be starting the next walkthrough. On top of, I have new intros and outros made that I did last night. So I try to make a new intro or outro every like 2 or 3 years. So those ones will actually be released on our next playthrough, which will be this Friday. So from today's videos and tomorrow's videos, we'll still have the old outros, and then on Friday we'll have the new ones. And I announced it on Twitter last night too. So, but of course, we're doing more death battles. Batman versus Iron Man. If you don't know who Batman is, he was the crime-solving badass of the DC universe. He gets so much goddamn hate. I love Batman. He's one of my favorite superheroes. I mean, everyone just brags about Superman. Everyone else, it's Batman who's the one that took down the entire damn Justice League without them actually really knowing about it. He's the only superhero that is ever mentioned that I've ever read that's ever managed to sneak up on Superman with his Superman hearing and creep right up on him. You know, that takes some goddamn talent. You know, he's part of the Justice League with the Flash, the Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Hawkgirl, Superman. You know, they live in a giant space station above the Earth and in space, stuff like that. You know, he's strictly, I would say he's like maybe peak superhuman level. You know, he has no supernatural powers or any powers whatsoever except his brain. You know, and that right there, just to piss off Batman alone, he scared the crap out of some pretty powerful villains, and it made them just turn themselves in. So, you know, so what it makes him my favorite superhero in the DC universe. Iron Man, always a classic. Robert Downey Jr. Apparently, he's not going to be playing Iron Man, but they're going to put Iron Man cameos in the next Marvel movies, which is going to be pretty cool. I don't blame him too. I mean, it's like with most actors, you've done a certain amount of movies for a certain period of time, and it's either get burned out on it, or you're just too old to just perform some of the stunts that are actually in those movies, and they just don't want to be bothered with it. So I don't blame Robert Downey Jr. for either one of those. But he made the perfect Iron Man. I've seen some of the cast members that they were going to cast before him, and it's just like they just didn't fit. You know, and then we had Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, and then the rest of the Avengers movies, Avengers Civil War? That's one right there I cannot watch, between him, the battle between him and Captain America going at it. You know, it kind of touches in the fields, and then in Endgame, that's where it just gets really sad. You know, Endgame, I say, is the better movie out of all the Avengers movies, all these, Marvel superhero movies, in my personal opinion. But it's such a sad movie. It really is. And if you've been watching the movies like I have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And these two are just billionaire geniuses. I'm pretty sure Iron Man is actually smarter than Batman. You know, more so tech savvy wise than actually really martial arts. Because I'm pretty sure Iron Man knows at least some martial arts to keep himself defended. But nothing like Batman. Batman has basically known all types of forms of martial arts that exist. You know, when you take on people like Ra's al Ghul and stuff like that, who are several hundred years old, or undead enemies like Solomon Grundy and stuff like that. You know, with Iron Man, I mean, the man took on Thor. You know, so apologies if you hear anybody outside walking by my house. But God, and Iron Man's my favorite Marvel superhero too. So it's like I can't choose which one I think is gonna win. You know, if I really had to put money on it, I'd probably say Iron Man, just strictly for the fact because of his tech. He just has better tech, and he's probably been doing it a lot longer than Batman has. You know, Batman was more invested in crimes, and then eventually would, find out his parents' secrets, and and he actually eventually did find out who actually killed his parents, and I think it was in the anime he spared the guy, and in the comics he killed him. You know, and then with Iron Man, Tony finding out who killed his parents. You know, and I'm not gonna say it's spoilers if you never watched movies, but that's what starts out the whole Civil War. But god damn, Marvel knows how to make some good movies. DC has got a lot to work to go. I heard even with the God, what was the last Justice League movie by Zack Snyder? I heard that was actually better than the first one. I haven't yet to see it. But, yeah, if I had to choose, I'm going to say Iron Man's going to win this one strictly based on tech. You know, but otherwise, I can't. I love them both. So let's get to this.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data.
Oh, and as usual, I always get the intros and the ends because if any copyright claims, usually it's getting copyright with music, and it prevents it from being blocked. But I did have some recommendations to actually watch the end of the videos to find out why they beat them. So if I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take like an intro picture of a like death battle or like the two superheroes, and I'm just going to put it over that video so the video doesn't actually get blocked, because YouTube is picky that way. So just letting you guys know if I do watch it.
Possibilities.
But first, if you want the same level of confidence as these two billionaires, check out BlueChew.
Also, what the hell is this shit?
Can get you far in life.
That's why BlueChew delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
Hey,
No one tells stories better.
Oh no, memento. Alright, we're back. 2 advertisements, and I couldn't skip either one of them.
Hey, bats! Now, I can respect a man with a healthy sense of paranoia and billions to spare, but Steve and Nat are really up my ass about this. Take the Watchtower offline now, Bruce.
You don't want this fight, Tony. It'll be the biggest mistake of your life.
I think Iron Man would join the Justice League.
Clark, do you read me? The Watchtower is being attacked.
Seriously, bats? I figured out hacking in the 2nd grade. How do you think I got in here? Aside from...
I would definitely say that in Batman's formal uniform that he has right now,
Fish stick?
he would lose to Iron Man, but if you were to give him more of an upgraded armor or something like the Batman
You are.
or the God Killer armor, I was gonna say that, or like the Batman Beyond armor, he might have a chance with Tony, but because of Tony's superior tech skills, it'd still be a really damn close fight.
What did you expect? I am Batman.
And I am Iron Man.
Iron Legion.
Got a suit for everything, bats, including busting wannabe gods like you.
That's true, he's got a lot of suits. On top of that, Iron Man has Jarvis to help him out too, so Batman doesn't have anything like that, at least I know of. I already know this is getting copyright claim just because of the music alone.
Had to divert some power to hacking that suit. Like I said, 2nd grade. Friday, fire the hammer!
No more armors, Tony. Just you and me. Man to man.
Well, man to genius billionaire playboy.
Oh, Tony.
Maybe just one more. Model 58, the nano armor. Snuck it into your body back on the Watchtower. Friday, initiate self-destruct.
Ha! Really? Damn.
Friday, I could really use a drink.
Alright, so we'll watch the end of it and find out why.
Oh, come on! You know if they fought naked, Batman would have beat the shit out of him.
While Batman is a character defined by his tenacity, preparedness, and utter genius, so is Tony Stark. So neither could rely on that skill set alone to pull them through.
And it shouldn't come as a surprise. Batman's standard Batsuit couldn't quite hold up to the firepower of even the most basic Iron Man armors. The Batsuit is surprisingly tough, sure, but it isn't taking hits from a dude that can punch apart Manhattan. And despite Bats having a ton of nifty gadgets, Iron Man's armors were way more varied and powerful.
Yeah.
With so many unique and often alien abilities, there was no way Bats could predict all of them.
With time, he could certainly figure out a plan of attack, but since Tony is just as much a genius schemer as Batman, he could do the same.
There are lots of cases where he would have won, especially with his ace in the hole, the Hellbat.
The Hellbat's raw power and speed absolutely dwarfed the majority of Iron Man's arsenal, and could have killed him immediately were it not for Tony's own trump cards.
Like the Godbuster, which was definitely strong enough to contend with it. The Hellbat could take on Darkseid, but a weaker version of the Godbuster could hold its own against Celestials.
Darkseid was a being capable of threatening the multiverse with his power and moving many times faster than light, but the Celestials were capable of the same.
With an armor that strong, Tony could buy himself enough time to break out all his other tricks, like sneaking nano armors into Batman's body, phasing through him with ghost tech, draining the Hellbat's power, or just hacking his suit and shutting it off.
And with an army of armors at his beck and call, Tony could certainly hold Batman off long enough to employ those strategies. Hell, since he can control them remotely, he technically didn't even need to be there and put himself in harm's way.
And remember, the Hellbat used Batman's own life force as a battery. He needed to end the fight quick or else his own armor would kill him first. With Tony throwing an army at him, he didn't have a good way of doing that. Tony just had way too much shit to throw at Batman, while Batman didn't have the time or options he needed to keep up.
Batman may have been a god among men, but Iron Man's wealth of gadgets, insanely powerful tech, and greater mechanical experience allowed him to crush the Caped Crusader.
You might think it's an injustice that Batman's gonna need avenging, but Iron Man was in a whole nother league.
The winner.
Yeah, like I said, it makes sense. Tony is just far more better in tech than Batman is. Physical strength, Batman would own Tony. You know, tech-wise, Iron Man takes the win. I would love to see, you know, a parody of, you know, the Avengers and the Justice League team up against some of the most badass enemies in there. I'm pretty sure it's like the multiverse type of thing that they've actually done that. But I would love to see like a movie of it or something like that. You know, they've done crossovers where it's like the Justice League takes on Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. You know, one of the ones I was looking up was like Iron Man takes on Brainiac. You know, Brainiac is far more smarter, but I think Iron Man could pull some tricks up his sleeve to somehow outsmart Brainiac and enemies like that, you know. But either way, you guys all see, like I said, you see a little death battle thing or the two heroes thing right there. It's to block any copyright stuff like that, or prevents it from the video from actually being blocked. You know, because if the videos aren't a certain amount of age, like if I was to do like a brand new video, it would instantly get blocked. You know, so I got to be kind of picky of which videos I actually choose to do reactions to, just so they don't get blocked. You guys have some content to actually watch and stuff like that. So this will probably be a little longer just because of me rambling on. But like I said, I love them both. You know, when DC actually makes an actual good movie that stands up to Marvel, I will be highly surprised. But it has not happened yet so far. But either way, hope you guys been staying safe, healthy, and sanitized. Leave a comment below. You know, who's your favorite one, Batman or Iron Man? And let me know the reason why. You know, what got you attention from them? You know, and have you ever dressed up as like either one of them for Halloween or something like that? But think about subscribing, dropping a like, and I'll see you guys around.